wasted your time, Viv. Andy's staying at home with Sarah today.
Glad you've seen sense.
Dad, can we just go in, please?
Yeah, come on.
Anyway, how do I know you're telling the truth? How do I know you haven't hidden him in the boot?
Don't be ridiculous, woman. The kid's asthmatic, which is why he's not here today. You happy now?
Well, that's not fair. I'm not against Andy. I'm for the other kids getting a decent education, including your son.
Well, Andy's part of my family now.
Dad, you're making me late.
Polish your placard, Viv. Andy will be back tomorrow as usual.
Anyway, I don't even think he's ill. I think he's putting it on.
I don't blame him having to go through this ordeal every morning.
It's not just him, though. It's me as well. I'm getting blinks. I live with him, but nobody thinks about me.
Of course we do, son.
That baby has been up half the night screaming the house down. Now I have to put up with you clattering around like a bull in a china shop.
It's not my fault that James is teething. And I'm not getting much sleep either.
What, another romance gone wrong?
Oh, don't be so obnoxious.
Why should he change the habits of a lifetime? James is in his playpen. He needs his bottle now, Sophie.
Yeah, I was just going.
You're right.
Yes, I'm fine.
More coffee?
I'd choke on it.
We live in hope.
You killed my father.
Frank died from a heart attack. Everyone knows that.
You could have been there, watched him, and done nothing to help. Sort of a woman, are you?
Powerful. But that's our little secret.
Oh, I'm going to tell the police everything. I'm going to finish you.
Christopher, you've made more visits to the police station in the last 6 months than I've made to the hairdressers. Who's going to believe a word you say?
I shall make them believe me.
And I'll tell the whole village that you molested Linda Fowler.
You'll only make things worse for her.
She'll get over it. Unlike you, you'll never be able to show your face around here again.
Look, if I'm going to make this pottery business work, I've got to find places to sell my stuff.
Meanwhile, I get left holding the baby again.
Now, I do my share with Jerry. Anyway, it's not as if you've got anything better to do.
What if Adlington's been to the police and they pay me a visit?
Why, what was the police on with you? Oh, not the black market arms dealing again.
That's not funny.
Well, if you gave a straight answer to a straight question.
Dean Adlington's father's threatening to have me on an assault charge.
Dean's lucky you only cuffed him one after what he did.
I don't think the police would see it quite like that.
That's insane.
So's Dean's father, by all accounts. He attacked Zoe Tate a couple of years ago, and he's not exactly known for his stability.
You can see who his kid takes after. Anyway, don't worry, Daddy won't go to the police.
I wish I had your optimism.
On my left hand is the band with Vic. On my right, the band with Terry. And in the middle is me, moving cat-like between the two. My drumming finesse put Phil Collins to shame.
The only thing you've got that Phil Collins hasn't is hair.
I'm worried you're spreading yourself a bit thin. Wouldn't you rather be brilliant with one band than, well, slightly less than brilliant with two?
Yeah, well, you're in both bands as well.
I know, but to me, it's a little hobby. To you, it's more of a calling, like.
Maximum exposure is what counts in this game, Lisa.
Hey, you can get arrested for that, you know.
Being in both bands gives me 2 chances of being discovered and getting on the telly.
Yeah, what? Only telly they'll ever get on is that one there, and they'll still need a leg up.
No, not with a fist sack. Those fingers could be your fortune. Come with me for a wander in the woods. You can show me your paradiddles. That's a drum roll before you start.
I'm bored now, there's no one to laugh at.
Butch?
He's out.
What, on his own?
Yep. He's desperately seeking Sophie. He's that hang dog over his jowls a trailing carpet.
Well, what are we waiting for then? Let's go on a butch hunt.
So do you think Tony will pay Adlington the money?
I would hope not. It's never one payment only with that kind of vicious little thug. If Tony pays him once, he'll never get him off his back.
But he walked straight into it, hitting that kid.
Well, I would have done exactly the same in Tony's shoes. So would your dad.
Thanks, Linda. Could have done with your help 10 minutes ago. Don't mind me. You carry on with your chatting.
We weren't chatting.
No, I was just telling
This is
Linda.
about the flock, Jack. We haven't got time.
Look, Zoe, I know you must be feeling anxious about him sniffing around the village, but we've driven Adlington out before, and we can do it again. You've nothing to be scared of.
Ken Adlington.
Leon? any kids' programmes on it this time.
I tell you what, you go and look in the fridge and you might find some chocolate milkshake.
Oh, careful, love. That little girl should be airing round school yard with her pals.
Betty, she's just lost her dad. She was broken-hearted this morning, so I said she could stay with me.
Oh, I'm sorry, love, but the sooner she's back in her routine and back to normal...
That's just the point. For Alice, being abandoned is normal. I'm all she's got left, and if I was her, I'd be clinging on too.
Kathy, the child, the kitchen, the danger. Can I make myself any plainer?
No, Eric. And might I say I've never seen a plainer man make a better job of himself.
Eric, you should be more sympathetic. It hasn't been easy for Kathy.
Never is.
Kim.
Eric?
I must say, for somebody that's been dead a couple of months, she looks well on it.
I hope you've not come here to cause trouble, Kim.
I'm so sorry about Nick. It's terrible to think of a confused, unfortunate boy languishing in jail when so many real criminals are still walking the streets.
I'm sure he'll be touched by your concern.
Are you going to introduce us, Eric?
What? Oh, yes, of course. This is my beautiful wife, Dee. Dee, meet...
Hello, Dee. My name's Kim Tate. I've been looking forward to meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
Butching round here. So she's hoofed in one or what?
Yeah, the newlyweds. See, that's marriage for your son. A little bit of pleasure, followed by a lot of pain.
Well, so much for a butch hunt. We're wasting our time, Dad.
Ah, but you see, you'll find in life, son, that as one door slams in your face, another one gets left temptingly open. Poor lad. He had his hands too full to notice.
What? Should I shut it then?
Oh, definitely, aye. If you're talking about your cake hole, come on, let's get inside.
Just the very thought that Ken Addington's been in the village makes my blood run cold. I haven't stopped shaking since Jack told me.
Believe me, you've got a lot more to fear from Kim than you have from an opportunist nutter.
I don't believe you said that.
Oh, come on, you know I didn't mean it like that. It's just, you're alive, Dad's dead. Then she gets this lot. I mean, letting her win would be an insult to his memory.
You're right, Zoe.
She's fine. And this is a private conversation.
Thanks, Sophie. I am scared out of my wits. And all you are really interested in is another fight with Kim. Thanks, Christopher.
Hang on, Zoe. There's something I've got to tell you.
If you get done for this, the judge is going to go through you, bump, like a dose of salt, straight back inside.
An answer phone. I've always wanted one of these.
Why? Nobody ever calls you.
Look, kid, this is a consumerist society. Just because you don't need something, don't mean to say you don't want it. You'll find that out when you're spending cash we get from this little lot.
That lad looked really poorly, though, didn't he, eh?
Look, sentiment and robbery don't mix. Anyway, he'll be laughing all over his face when he's bumping his insurance claim up. Say cheese.
Thelma and Louise.
Well, it's a special dinner party for important investors. But if you can pull it off as well as you've improved the menu here, well, I think you've got a great future. So what do you say?
As long as I can prepare my own recipes as agreed.
Well, I'd hardly be hiring you to make Yorkshire puddings.
I think you should know, Kim, that Dee is very much in demand. She wouldn't do cheese on toast for less than 100.
Mrs. Tate and I have already agreed a price, Eric.
And it's considerably more than £100. Oh. Your wife's obviously a lot tougher than you think. Well, next Thursday, then.
I look forward to it.
Ooh, tut, 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 tut. Careful, Betty. Moment on the lips is... Actually, at your age, I don't suppose it matters.
Think I should have a facelift then?
Well, we'll be able to afford one when we sell this lot.
I'm going to have this here for pleasure and this for business. Well, it'll do to stand me dinner on, if not else. Quick, test this lot.
Where?
Somewhere when it's not damp, so that's outside of question. Have you enjoyed your little tiptoe through tulips, then?
Where's he going?
Out.
Ah.
Where have you been?
Out?
Oh.
And where have you been?
Out.
Oh.
And they say the art of conversation's dead.
So much like old times. I'm half expecting Frank to come walking through the door just to join in the fighting.
Don't let them get you down.
No, I won't. But I need some kind of distraction. Anything to take my mind off these test results.
Shouldn't you be back at work?
Kim tells me what to do, Chris.
I'm giving you an order.
Well, Terry's taking the orders. I'll have a pint if you're paying.
You see what I mean?
Well, you'd walk straight into that one.
Cheers. She's got them jumping like trained monkeys.
She is the boss.
But is she? She owns 40% share of the company, if we stick together.
And who's we?
You, me and Zoe. We've got 20% each.
Chris, if it wasn't for your father's money, you'd been bankrupt several times over. Thanks for the offer, but I think I'll stick with myself.
I thought you wanted to see me, paradiddles.
Why don't you show us then? Anything's better than your drumming.
All right, safe as houses. We just burgled the house.
You know?
Well, we'll wait a bit and I'll get Freddie to fence it.
Freddie the Forger?
No, Marlon. Freddie, the fence.
You get that, Butch. Zach, will you stop it? It could be a customer.
Yeah, Dad. Shut it. This is a working farm, you know. It could be somebody coming here to buy a pig.
I could have you for that, son. Hello, Raymond.
So, I'm sure you'll give me your full cooperation in apprehending the thieves.
So, you say the fellow was at the doctor's when his house got done in?
That's about the size of it, yeah.
Poor lad. If he weren't sick when he left the house, he certainly would be when he got back.
So what you picking on us for, then, eh? Why aren't you round at Tate's place? They've had more trouble with law than I've had...
Prison sentences? Don't think so.
It's all this me, ain't it?
That's what we're trying to establish. So, have you all been in today?
Yes.
Together?
Yeah.
All day?
Yeah.
I'm sorry I can't get to the phone, but leave a message and I'll get back to
Oh,
you.
yeah. Oh, Mandy, what's she like? She gets one job in a pub and she goes all la-di-da and china cups.
How long have you had that?
Since Lisa moved in, yeah, we need it for a pig, so...
Use the phone a lot, do they?
Have you got a warrant?
Haven't searched the place. Yet. Look at you. Butter wouldn't melt. I'm sorry, I can't make an arrest right now, but please do leave a clue and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
Pardon me.
So I said to him, mine's a pint if you're buying.
So what did he say then?
There you are. You're late, Biff.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. Chris kept me talking. I couldn't get away.
I'm not interested. As farm manager, I expect you to set an example. You're not just one of the lads anymore, and from now on, I want you in a suit.
Oh, there's enough of it.
Don't push it, Roy.
Kim, I need to talk to you.
Get on with your work. Come on in. I'll get us some lunch.
I haven't come for lunch. I've come for some answers. Chris has told me something that's disturbed me a lot.
Oh, not his life story again.
Were you here the night Dad died? Were you with him, Kim?
No, of course I wasn't. Do you know what you're saying? Oh, I get it. You've joined forces with Chris, and now you're out to blacken my name.
No, Chris was sure.
The only thing he's sure about is that I inherited the lion's share of this estate, and he can't stand it.
I'm not going to take part in your little games.
But you come here with some sordid fantasy about Frank's death. Look, I know things have been difficult between us, Zoe. How could you accuse me of that?
Same old story, Zach. I mean, any trouble, police just round up the usual suspects.
Well, that's because the usual suspects are the usual suspects.
Hey, this is great. Can I lend it?
No, Butch, I'll lend it. You can borrow.
You're not being fair, Zach. Albert's already paid for his crime. He's a right not to be harassed, same as anybody else.
I mean, these things are cautious, Zach. I mean, God's honest, I'm straight. I am.
Uncle Albert, these are great. Did you rob any more films for it while you were there?
And his own nephew.
We are your kith and kin, Albert. We know how hard you're trying to reform. Come what may, we'll stick by you. Won't we, lads?
Yeah.
We will.
Anyway, did you get any more?
I'm Tony Cairns. Would you like to come in?
Well, this isn't a social visit, Mr. Cairns.
Well, it is rather public.
Tony Cairns, I have reason to believe that you have assaulted Dean Adlington. I must warn you that you do not have to say anything. But if you
No, you've got it all wrong. Look, you can't do this.
It's all right, Becky. Would you mind doing this at the station?
I'll tell you about Dean Adlington.
Charlie, I said shut up, and I mean it. After you, officer.
Well, I'm coming with you.
You are not. Now, this won't take long.
I'll follow in the car. Charlie, you stay with Jerry. Don't worry. They'll have to apologise when they know the full story.
The hell do you think you're doing?
Oh, I know what I'm doing. Do you? Running to little sister, telling tales?
Rattled your cage, did it?
Not at all. In fact, we ended up, yet again, agreeing that you're a grasping little loser. But if you say one more word...
You're what?
Oh, it's poor Joseph I feel sorry for. Imagine living with the stigma of a father who mauls and molests young women. I'm sure that's how Rachel would see it, if she knew. Bye-bye cosy little access visits with your son.
Let's get out of here.
Tony, aren't you going to tell me what happened?
What do you think happened? They took a statement, then they formally charged me.
But you were provoked. Dean assaulted our daughter. What did you say about that?
I didn't tell them. I admitted to hitting him, and I'll take whatever's coming to me. And that's an end of it as far as I'm concerned.
But if you don't tell them what happened...
Don't you think Emma's been through enough? Becky, she mustn't know I've been arrested. I don't want her dragged into this.
Mrs. Tate's given me real confidence about starting a career in catering. She's even offered to put me in touch with some of her corporate clients.
Oh, great. Need any child labour? Anything to get her out of here for 5 minutes?
That's not funny, Eric.
I'm sorry, darling, but this is ridiculous.
So I can carry my credits over from what I did at Leeds, and this time next year I should have my degree. Well, that is if I pass, and there's Joseph to look after.
I knew this would happen.
What's happened? Oh, poor little love. Is she all right?
She's fine, Betty. She's just had a shock.
And what have they been scalding hot tea in the pot?
There wasn't.
It's all right,
No, it is not.
If you were so concerned, why didn't you clear the table?
Because it isn't my place.
Exactly, it's mine. Our home and my tea rooms.
Yours.
It's up to me how I run things here, Eric, and I'm getting tired of your whinging and meddling.
Oh, you've changed your tune, haven't you? You couldn't wait for me to buy into the place so you could get the house for your new husband, who's most probably servicing half the county at the time. Hi, Kathy. Kathy?
Leave me alone, Biff. I'm not even worth bothering about.
Yes, you are.
You don't know me. Look at me. I hate Kim for everything she's done, and yet I'm happy when my own brother goes to prison because I get to keep Alice.
Whoa. Listen, you can't blame yourself for what's happened to Nick. And you love Alice. She's better off with you. Everybody in the village knows that.
Do they?
Yeah.
A lonely widow who still loves the man that betrayed her. Come on, Biff. What sort of person does that make me?
That makes you normal, Kathy. Listen, he betrayed us all. We all still love him.
You should be ashamed.
I am.
Well, there's the first.
Look, why don't you leave Alice here? It's getting late. I'll look after her till Kathy gets back.
It's the very least you could do. Bye-bye, sweetheart.
Have you had your tears yet?
No.
Oh. Well, why don't we ask Auntie Dee very nicely if she'll make you some food from the other side of the world?
I wish I lived on the other side of the world.
You're not the only one.
Hi.
Hi. I didn't know you were working here.
Started yesterday.
I'm surprised you didn't offer me as a reference. Except you wouldn't have been that glowing.
What can I get you to drink?
Bottle of beer.
Still carrying a torch, are we?
Hardly. No, I'm well out of that one.
Has there ever been one that you weren't well out of?
Now you mention it. No. I always seem to get itchy feet.
Or maybe you should start dating a chiropodist.
No, have a laugh. Thanks. I don't know. I'm just not like you and Biff. I mean, there you are, hardly out of nappies with all these years together stretching ahead of you. It might be great for you, but it scares the hell out of me.
Are you all cried out now? Just as well, because that's my last tanky.
Thanks
What for?
for listening, for not judging me. Oh, it's always poor Kathy, I'll sort her out, I'll tell her how to live her life. But you haven't done that.
Yeah, well, that's maybe because I might be living on borrowed time myself. You see, I can say things like that to you, and there isn't a flicker of panic. But I won't tell Linda half of what I'm thinking, because I just don't want to see her frightened. Besides, you've been good to me. I'm just returning a favour.
You scared about the future?
No, I'm not scared. I'm terrified. Kathy, I'm sorry, I didn't mean
No,
that to
Biff,
happen.
I'm sorry, I think...
Look, Linda's going to be waiting for me. I'm going to be late. I've got to go. I'm sorry.
Biff, just wait.